And I think by 10 years from now, we're basically only going to have these main three currencies, and people won't really be discussing other currencies.
What's the end state? Like, is it unsustainable and eventually they can't keep doing it? Or does it literally just get bigger and bigger and one day the United States takes zeros off of the dollar and says, no big deal, everyone, just keep normal operations going?
I think the end state is the collapse of the dollar, but I think that's a long ways away. So I see this decade as basically a decade of stagflation with occasional deflationary busts that are just going to be terrible. So as you were just saying, so we're going to see these massive QEs, these massive bubbles being formed, and then, okay, we're overheating, pop, you got to pop the bubble, everything crashes down, similar to kind of how the 70s were, where it was this massive choppy action, but basically from 1966 to 1982, stock prices were flat. So if you had just like not invested in, or put your money in stocks and then fallen asleep for 16 years, you would have had the same stock value at the end of 16 years. Now, mind you, that would be minus the inflation that you lost, the loss of purchasing power. So you actually got kind of destroyed during those 16 years. I think we're kind of due for a same setup, and it's just going to continue until people start losing confidence in the currency. I like to steal a quote from Greg Foss, by the way, I'm sure you know him, who talks about the US dollar being the best crack house on the crack street. The US dollar will definitely be the last to fall. I think in the meantime, lots and lots of other currencies, smaller currencies, are actually going to go away this decade. We're already starting to see that. And I think that purchasing power is going to go into one of three currencies over the next 10 years. I think the dollar is still going to achieve gain some of that purchasing power. I think the Chinese yuan, whether people love or hate China, it is definitely on the ascent. And I think that currency will gain strength. And I think the third is Bitcoin. And I think that's going to gain massively in market cap over the next 10 years. So I would be watching for that. And I think by 10 years from now, we're basically only going to have these main three currencies, and people won't really be discussing other currencies, including the Japanese yen, including even the euro, other strong currencies. I think they're basically going to be irrelevant. I hate to say that to pro-European people and pro-Japanese people, but I think the currencies are weak and getting weaker, and that's going to happen faster than most people realize.